Hello, my friends. We are going to draw together today, and we're going to draw this picture of Leonardo da Vinci painting something outside, and you're going to get to decide what you want him to be painting, okay? So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a blank piece of paper if you don't have one. You can use a piece of notebook paper too. You're going to make sure you have it the landscape way, not the tall way. You want to have it landscape, okay? And so you're going to need a pencil and with an eraser. If you don't have an eraser, you can use an extra eraser. You're going to need a pencil sharpener probably. And you're going to need a Sharpie or a black marker or a black pen or a black color pencil, black crayon, just something black to trace over the pencil when we're done with the pencil part. And then you're going to use something to color with. So I'm going to use color pencils, but you could also use markers or you could use crayons. I recommend using crayons or color pencils because the colors show up better. They don't get like too dark. You could use the markers to outline and then color inside with crayon and color pencil, and I'll show you that later. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, make sure our pencil is sharp, and we're going to find the middle of our page. So our middle would be like right here, and we're going to start in the middle of this half, okay? So go to the middle of this half, and we're gonna just go up a little bit, put our finger right here, and draw a little dot on this side of our finger, and a little dot on this side of the finger, okay? Those are gonna be Da Vinci's eyes. So in between that, you're gonna draw this little fish hook. You're gonna go down long, and then curve it around and do a little hook. Now we're gonna do his eyebrows. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. So his eyebrows are gonna be like triangles with rounded corners. So if you do right above his eye, do a triangle that it has the short side here and two equal sides here, and then the pointy side pointing out towards like his ear, and then just make the corners a little bit rounded. Now you notice I'm drawing pretty lightly so that if I have to erase, you can't see it too much where I erased, okay? You don't want to draw like really hard, because then when you erase, it's you can still see it. And I actually want to give my nose a little bit pointier nose, but you don't have to. There, I think that looks better. So I can erase this, and then if I see the line a little bit, it's okay, because when I color, it'll cover it up. Okay, now we're gonna do the same on this side, only the pointy part, instead of going this way, it's gonna go this way. And it's gonna be sloped too. So we draw like a triangle, like that, right above the eye, and it's about as wide as your finger, okay? You don't want it too much longer or too much shorter. And then you round the corners. So now we have our two eyes, our nose, and our eyebrows. Okay. Then he has like two little lines above his eyebrows. They're just a little bit curvy, kind of like really wide frown faces. That makes him have lines in his forehead, makes him look older. Okay. Now we're gonna do his mustache, which is really fun. So you start here on this side of his nose, and you just do a squiggly line, almost straight down, but a little bit at an angle. And then you do a loop at the bottom, and squiggly line back up, not all the way to the nose. Stop right below the nose, go back down, and back up, and connect to the nose. So it's kind of like you're making an A shape, and then you're gonna make his bottom lip right here, like a kind of like a little smile. Okay? All right. Now we're going to find the middle, and let's put 4 fingers right here. See where your pinky is? Go from there and then go up to where the top of your finger is and put a little dot. And then go up the side of this finger all the way up to where the top of this finger is. Go up and put a little dot. Okay, that's how wide we want his hat. So for his hat, we're going to connect these 2 dots with some wavy lines. We're going to go wavy, wavy, wavy. Okay? And then you go up a little bit on this side with a little bit of a curve. And you go up a little bit on this side with a little bit of a curve. And you do another wavy line. And you stick it out on the sides a little. Okay? Now you do a little hump on this side. Another little hump that goes up here. And the same on this side. You can do a hump and another little hump. And then you connect them with a little bit of a peak at the top. And there's this hat. You can put a little line down here, a little line here. You can put some little shapes here. Kind of gives just more interesting dimension to the hat. Okay. So now you're going to start and put your finger here on the edge of the hat and put a little dot on the hat that's on this side of your finger. And then do the same thing over here. So you're going to put a little dot here. When you line up this side of your finger with this side of the hat, put a little dot on the other side. Okay, that's going to be the size of his face. So we're just going to come down a little bit, like about the width of your finger. Come down, and then we're going to do his ear. And his ear is just kind of a little box shape on the side. And then a little C shape inside that. So now we're going to bring his face all the way down to his mustache. Let's put a little dot about halfway up his mustache. And then we're going to connect the bottom of his ear to that dot with a little bit of a wave in there. Okay? And let's do the same on this side. This side we don't need to do an ear because he's kind of turned this way, so you would only see one ear. So we're pretty much just going to do a straight line down to halfway up his mustache. Okay? Now we're going to start. You look at, ooh, let me move down. Okay, so you look at here where his face starts and the edge of his hat. Go halfway between them and then go a little bit over here. This is going to be his hair. So we're going to do wavy lines. Let me back up a little. Okay. Oh, this has a shadow. Okay. Oh, you can see my cough drops. Okay, so you have the side of his hair. I'm drawing a little bit darker just so you can see it, but you want to draw pretty light so that you can make changes if you want. You can make this piece go up like that. And it's going to go out and have like a little tip and then come back to his mustache. And then there's going to be lines in his hair to show that, you know, all his hair. Okay, and then on this side, you find the middle between the side of his head and the edge of the hat. Find the middle and then go over a little bit more. And you're going to do his hair around here. You can do like one tuft of hair out like this. Come back up and do some wavy lines and go back up here. And then draw his hair. The like more individualized hairs. Just curvy lines going top to bottom. Okay? All right. He has a big head. Okay. So now we're going to do his shirt. Well, back then they kind of wore like dresses. So if you put your finger right below his beard, and let's do two, well, yeah, let's just do one finger. And you make like a smiley face shape that's as wide as his head. Then you're gonna go up and then down at an angle and go up here to his beard and go down at an angle. Let's do the same over here. So we'll go up to his beard. Let's make this one connect because, like I said, he's turned away from us a little bit. And then this arm is going to start here. It's wider up here, and then it gets narrower, closer together out here. Now we can draw the rest of his clothing. You just go straight down and then go wavy and then go straight up. And then wherever you have a wave that starts going up, you just put a line up further. This wave starts to go up, put another line. This wave starts to go up, I'll put another line. Okay, and then let's do some lines on his top part of his clothes. And then we'll do a couple lines here to kind of show he has like kind of a little belly. Okay, so now right here at the top part, I'm going to zoom in again. At the top part of his arm on this side, we're going to draw kind of like our eyebrow shape, but a little smaller. That's going to be his thumb. Oops, mine's a little too pointy. You want it more rounded, okay? And then we're going to draw a straight line up, give it a little room here, and go straight line up and meet that line right there. So it goes to a point. Then you make a pointy oval, and you make a squiggly line here. That's like the paint on the paintbrush. And you can put a couple lines right here. Then you draw the bottom of the paintbrush the same way you did it up here, but you do it down here. So you go down at an angle, and then this one meets it. Now we do the rest of his, we're gonna put the bottom of his sleeve like that, two little curvy lines. And then you're gonna do a little curvy line this way, and a curvy line that way. And then two little humps. Very cartoony. Okay, so now on this side we're going to do the same thing. We'll finish his sleeve like that. And then you're going to, how do I say this? You go down a little bit for his wrist. And then you do that same kind of eyebrow shape, but don't close it off right there, okay? In fact, in my original drawing, I did it more like this, but I really think in this one we can just erase that little top part so you don't close up the thumb. So leave that open. Okay. So then we're going to draw halfway up his thumb. You put your finger like this at an angle. You can see the angle that you need to do. Draw a straight line at an angle. A longer line here, and then a shorter line on this side of his thumb. Then put your finger at this angle so you can see what kind of angle to do. Draw his sketchbook down like that. Then this line, that same angle, you want it to have the same angle down here. So you find the angle and you just scoot your finger down and use your finger as a guide to do the bottom angle. That way it looks very parallel, which means two lines that run next to each other. And the same for this side. So you have to find the angle like this, scoot it down to the edge of these lines, and do the same angle right there, okay? Now this part, we do an angle this way. Do that same, I got the angle, I just scoot it just a little more, I'm going to do a parallel line here. And we're going to do a little hump there for his hand. And then this will connect. And then this angle here needs to be this angle here. Okay? And that same angle needs to be right here too. And then this same angle needs to be this same angle. Okay? If that's too complicated, you can just draw a rectangle and then draw 2 more rectangles. It's fine. It doesn't have to be all perfect. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a little. Okay, so now on here, we're going to draw his little legs. So let me zoom in here. And I'm kind of running out of room here. But we're going to go at an angle here. And then same angle, but we meet a little bit closer together. And then same. Let me fix that. Let's do it different. How should we do this? Sometimes you just have to pause and say, really think about it first. Let's find the middle. So we found the middle right here. Let's put a dot there. And then we'll go straight down. Then we'll do a finger space. So right here, and we'll go at a little angle towards that line. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And then make the flat bottoms, and you do a little curve for his foot, and another little curve for his other foot. Okay. All right, we're doing good. So we got Leonardo done. And now we're gonna do our easel. So our easel, we're gonna imagine a square right here, and we're gonna turn it a little, okay? So let's just make a big square. The square is gonna be pretty much the same size as his head. So if you use your fingers to measure from like the bottom of his lip to his hat, and you move it over here, that's about the same size we want the canvas on the easel. And you just make a square that's tilted a little bit, okay? If you want, you can move your paper just a little bit, like tilt it, and then just draw a regular square, and then when you move it back, it'll be a tilted square. So on the top, we're just gonna do a triangle with a little gap at the top, and then do a circle on top of that. Then right here on the side, we're gonna take another line straight down, okay? And now we're gonna draw a leg out this way. You see that space right there? It's about the same width as your finger. Put your finger over here and match up to that corner. Put a little dot on this side. That's where you can start your other leg. And it goes, this one goes this way, this one's gonna go this way. Okay? So now you do a flat bottom and a flat bottom. Then you bring this back up. So this makes a big rectangle. You do a little diagonal line here and draw straight up. And then you draw this one straight up, so this makes a little rectangle. And you do a diagonal line this way, and then bring this line up the same as that line. Remember how we would like see what angles it's at, and then copy that angle. And then we have one leg in the back, and you just make like a L shape like that. Make the L connect about halfway up this leg. Okay, so now we need our horizon line. We need to make it look like this isn't just floating around. Oh, one more thing. Let's do the side of the canvas. So we do a little angle here, same angle here, same angle here on all the corners. and then you connect them. I did a little bit different than my other picture, but I think this looks a little better. Then erase that part. That looks better. Okay. So now we're going to do our horizon line. So we're going to start, see the bottom of this foot? Go up one finger, go over here, and just draw a flat line. And then you want to draw the same height all the way across, but don't draw through your easel and don't draw through Leonardo, okay? You're going to just keep drawing that line, but you're going to skip wherever Leonardo or the easel is and go all the way to the other side. And we forgot a couple lines on our sleeves to match our shirt. Okay. Now you can put whatever you want in the background. I just like to put some simple hills because I like to keep it simple in the background so you can really focus on what's up front. And then we need our light source. So our light source today will be a sunshine. And you can make your sunshine however you want. So since the sun is up here, that means the highlights will be here and the shadows will be here. So make sure the shadow touches the easel and you're just gonna sketch some shadows going like this. Okay? And the same with Leonardo. He's gonna have highlights here, he's gonna have shadows here, and he's gonna have his cast shadow out here. Make sure it touches him. Okay? All right. So I know it went kind of fast, but you can always stop the video and, you know, catch up when you can. So now you're going to get to put whatever you want on this canvas. Be very creative. What is Leonardo painting? He could paint anything. So be really creative, okay? And then when you next thing you're going to do though is use a black marker or black pen and trace all of your lines so that it really stands out. And it might take a minute, take a little bit, but that's okay. You want this to look really nice. So once you get it all traced in black, then you take an eraser and you erase over that so you can't see any of the pencil marks. Okay. All right. Once you do that, then you can start coloring. And if you're going to use colored pencils, let's see. You can make his clothes whatever color you want. You can make his skin whatever color you want. I'm going to make him brown, so I'm going to make sure my color pencil is sharpened. Because a sharper pencil, you'll be able to control it better. And when you color, I'm going to zoom in, color in little tiny circles very lightly because it gives it a more even tone. Okay? And you don't see the lines that you usually see when coloring. So just do little circles. Can you see how I'm going in little circles very lightly? And since the light's coming from here, this side will be darker. This is the shadow side. So I would want to color a little bit darker on this side. Okay. See how this side's a little bit darker than this side? That's because the sun is coming from over here and it would be lighter on this side and shadow on this side. Same with his hat. Let's see, I want to do his hat blue. So this side of his hat would be the shadow side. So I would push a little bit harder when I color on this side. than I would on this side. This side I would just color more lightly, and I do all those little circles. Okay? And then when they meet together, you do like a medium pressure in the middle. You color hard here for dark, color medium, you push down on it like a medium strength here, and then you push down pretty lightly on this side, okay? And that's how you blend it together. So you're constantly changing how much pressure you're putting on the pencil. Okay, and so you just color the whole thing. And then tomorrow, oh, you know what? And we want to make sure we put his name so we don't forget who he is. So his name is Leonardo da Vinci. And in Italian, CI makes a ch noise. So that's why it's Da Vinci. And he was born in 1542. In what country? Italy. There. And we know all about him now because of the video we watched yesterday, right? All right. I hope you had fun. Love y'all. Bye.